Hello, 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 hello. Sorry, thought my camera was all whack. First off, I painted the desk. It makes it look a lot more sleeker. And I got rid of the mouse pad because I figured I don't really need it anymore. So, this is a bit more of a grippy surface than the normal stock beige. You can still see some resemblance of it down here. I left as memory. But today I'm going to show you how I made the Feels Like Summer by Weezer remix. Now, this honestly only existed because this came out of a large day where I made 3 remixes on the same file. Now, I deleted the majority of the instruments because I had to, but the other stuff I kept kind of because I was lazy. And that is I made this one, Feels Like Summer, Saturn's Bars, and Can You Feel My Heart by Bring Me the Horizon, all in this same project, which, granted, was probably a stupid idea, but I wanted to see which one stuck, and this Feels Like Summer one really stuck, and it hit hard. So, I'm not sure if some of the risers got lost, because I feel like when I go listen to it now, there's more than one riser. But that might be because Weezer actually put a riser in the song. So, let's start off by showing you a basic technique that most people from GarageBand and Logic Pro probably know about at this point. And it's cutting up a track is pretty simple. But not many people, when they listen to it, are like, oh, that's what he does. So let me show you how that's done. It's a very basic technique into making these remixes and how to repeat the certain terms. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So it'll come up. So you see how it went ooh, do 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 twice. It did that twice. In the original song, it doesn't happen twice. So how I repeat that is quite simple. I'm going to show you with this Saturn's Bars stem that I left in here on accident. Basically, I'll show you like... that's right, I gotta turn this down because this song's like bass. Oh, we gotta mute this too. So, let's say I want this next, he's going to say, I dance alone. Say I want that line to be repeated twice. This little vertical line here is called the playhead, with the little triangle at the top. So what you want to do, you want to get your playhead where the start of melody, line, bass, whatever, starts. You want it at the start of whatever you want to repeat. You want it there, and then you also want to be highlighted on the track, and then you want to hit Command T, and then you see it divides it up. So then you wait until it ends, and then you hit Control T again, and then what you want to do is you want to kind of move the rest of your track away a little bit so you have room to copy it, you know. Then you want to click on it, highlight it, make sure no symbol except the pointer comes up, or else it'll do other random things you don't want. So then you'll hit Control C or Command C and Command V, and then it repeats for you. Now sometimes there's a lot of sometimes in this. I'll zoom in because sometimes it'll have that dead space and you don't really want that. So then you move this back, and then you see it does it twice. So then what you want to do, like, okay, and then sometimes in my song, it's in the heavy remix that I reverse, like Chainsmokers style reverse type thing. So how I do that is I come up here, click on this little scissor thing, which it's already clicked on, and then I come down here. And then you want to click on region. That's not always clicked on. And sometimes it has this little thing, that says follow tempo and pitch. You want to uncheck that, so it's like white there. It'll turn white instead of like that dark color. And then you want to come over and hit reverse. And then you go, it'll be like a dark yellow, whatever you're editing. You want to you can hit the rewind button too up here. That kind of helps. And then see, it reverses it. So I'm not sure if I did that in this song, but I just figured I'd show you so I don't have to show it again. But I probably will for first time people anyway. So then you want to so that's basically how I did that. So now I'm going to show you the synth. Now the synth I originally recorded on, all of these are default GarageBand sounds for the most part. I don't really try to branch out because I really like the sounds in here. They're really strong. So you'll hear, I switch between like three to five main sounds. So you'll hear a lot of familiar, like this Super Saw thing, I use all the friggin' time. I love it. It's such a good techno lead, and I like it really much. And this monster bass I use a lot because it has some dubstep vibes that I like. And the 808s, like everyone uses an 808. I mean, there's not much difference between the 808 on here and the 808 on like any other program. So I mean, it's not like I'm being lazy with that one. So then, and these are all audio tracks, by the way. You can't do this because these are MIDI tracks, which you can't put audio into. So then, I'll show you the bass first, actually, or the kick drum and the snare. Let's fast forward a bit. And I mean, it's not a loop, so it changes quite a bit. Like, I don't use that synth bass a lot. I'll go back to and I switch between the claps and the snares a lot. Sometimes for like a drop or whatever. So yeah, I use that for the drop. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what that is. I'll show you the hi-hats. Now the hi-hats, the only time they really change is right before the drop of the song. But other than that, they stay on the steady 152. They stay on the beat pretty steady. Because I use this feature on this controller where tap tempo. Where basically, well, this is muted, so I gotta kind of use this, and then it'll do it for me. And you match it to the tempo, which in this case is 152 BPM. Now, the only way I did that, because the original song was not in 152. Basically, how I did that, and also to make all these instruments match 152, is I used this thing, which I don't know how I made it come up. It just came up. Basically, after everything was mixed, I used this, and when it made it up to made it go up to 152, made it a lot easier, and it made it sound fast paced. And so, you know, the remixes don't go on forever, because I know a few of mine have, like my Whip It is it's only a 3-minute song. I extended the song by like a minute. So yeah, here's the hi-hats. I mean, they stay pretty steady, as you can see. I mean, a few times I use the closed hi-hat, which is coming up. I think that's it. Or the open hi-hat, rather. Focus. Yeah. But other than that, the hi-hat is the same 808 one. And then here's the saw. Now for leads, I like to stay on tempo a lot, and I stay steady most of the time, usually in the same octave. Sometimes I'll play chords like you can see there. But with most leads here, chords don't work. It'll usually just pick one root note and play that, the root note of the chord. So this was originally an Epic Hook synth, you can see it there. But I changed it to Supersaw. Now, I'll show you why. Because if I change it to... This is what Epic Hook synth sounds like. It's kind of like a dubsteppy kind of thing. If we match it to the octave of the song... Wait, if we match it to the octave, that's what it sounds like. I mean, it's kind... This is what it was. And it's... At that octave, it sounds too similar to the bass. So... And if I made it go up an octave, it sounded too piercing, which I did. I took all of these notes and manually raised them up an octave, because I honestly didn't know what notes I played. So I had to literally go into this cut thingy and move all of these notes up an octave manually, just to know that they didn't work. So I decided to find a higher synth, which, which happened to be the Supersaw, which I now use in a lot. It's now my first choice when it comes to a high lead. So yeah, that's basically what that is. And then here's the bass. Kind of dubstep sounding, which is fitting to the song. It's very inspired by Skrillex and, you know, certain stuff like that. And I figured it matched the song well. Adds a good edge if you're listening to it in the car or something. So this was the third remix I did, so I was still learning. I mean, I basically have all of the knowledge in making one on this program at this point, because this is a basic program. I mean, Apple Logic Pro or GarageBand, you learn pretty quickly. Not like Ableton or freaking Fruit Loops, where whatever, FL Studio. That's what I was thinking of. Where it takes a while to learn every little quick button thing. I mean, it didn't take that long to learn this. So, I mean, you can thank this 3-hour session I did to have the greatest viewed video on my channel when it comes to the music videos ever. I'm gonna probably record another one of these, probably the silence one, because I don't know, I thought that'd be a good progression. I'm gonna do how it's made on all of these, but I figured I'd start off with this one since it's my most popular. Check it out in the remix playlist. Just click on playlist on my channel and it'll be in there. And you can check out all the other ones down in the description. If you want to request any early before I do them, I will be filming the silence one directly after this, so please do not comment it. Please leave it down. And other than that, I will see you later. Goodbye.